What you are about to witness is absolutely horrifying. This may even be worse than Desmond is Amazing. A reality TV show so disgusting, it can practically be labeled a reality show for pedophiles. Do you have the stomach to get through this video? I have heavily censored everything, but even so, what you are about to see will absolutely shock you. What's up everybody, it's your favorite gay-looking straight boy Hunter Avalone here, back with another video. How's everyone's 2020 been going? Mine's been going alright. As you can see, I have glasses now, so I have 20/20 vision. However, for this video, I really wish I didn't, because it's so disturbing, perverted, and gross. I'd much rather see it extremely blurry, if not at all. A few months ago, I made a video about Desmond is Amazing. He is a child drag queen being put in a very adult environment. This story gathered a lot of justified outrage, but if you think Desmond is Amazing is bad, well, this reality TV show is exponentially worse. The show I'm talking about is a reality TV show called Dance Moms. It's a show produced by Lifetime, and the ratings are terrible for very good reasons. The basic plot is about a woman named Abby Lee running a dance company in Pittsburgh. This docuseries reveals just how intense these dance competitions are, and even worse, the fact that the dance instructor, Abby Lee, is sexualizing girls as young as 6 or 7 in order to win these competitions. Some of the stuff they show these kids doing is so creepy and uncomfortable, you'd think you were scrolling through Onision's secret video folder. Like I said, I have censored everything, so don't worry too much. Let's begin by breaking down this show and then exposing it for the abomination that it is. The show begins with the dance instructor, Abby Lee, lecturing the child students and telling them if they need anything to come to her, not their parents. We learn that Abby is preparing her students for an upcoming competition in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. On top of this, the mothers in the show are essentially just pimping out their own daughters for the sake of their own ego. Countless times, the moms are depicted being catty towards each other and even throwing each other's kids under the bus. Just some really shallow and cringeworthy stuff if you ask me.
Be like Maddie, be like Maddie.
Who's at the bottom of the pyramid? Nia's at the bottom of the pyramid, and it's not right.
Brooke's at the bottom of the pyramid.
Only a little after 5 minutes in the show, we overhear the dance instructor telling a young girl who's no older than 12 to be sexy and to act like she's 17.
You have to be really hot, sexy.
I don't like that move Brooke's doing. That's way too sexy.
Make it like you're 17 years old. The kids are dressed so skimpy and we're so hot and dynamic on stage that I wanted to do something similar.
Now, maybe it's just me, but I don't really think it's very appropriate to be referring to children as hot and skimpy. But apparently for Abby dance instructor and the executives over at Lifetime, that's all fine and dandy as long as it brings in the ratings. Like I said, a lot of the show is just depicting the mothers being bitchy towards each other.
Like, oh my gosh, she kept high-fiving her daughter.
Go, girlfriend.
And I was like, oh my gosh. She's actually a dance teacher.
Well, if she's a dance teacher, why isn't she teaching her own daughter?
I have no idea.
It's like watching a bunch of Karens at their monthly shopping trip. We see more of the boring show before we learn the big Pennsylvania competition is only 3 days away. This is when it begins to get really, really bad.
Nia?
Where's the rest of her costume?
Now, I have it all censored, but the dance instructor reveals to the moms that the underage daughters will be wearing extremely skimpy outfits. Abby Lee seriously, unironically, put children in lingerie. Although the moms don't really like it, they go along with it because winning these silly dance competitions are more important to them than the explicit exploitation of their children.
Guys, we gotta wear stuff like this. Like when we were in Phoenix last weekend, everybody had outfits on like this. Oh. Showing off your sexy little bod.
Is anyone else visibly triggered right now? This is so blatant, So creepy, it actually makes me feel physically ill. One of the moms even admits that her daughter looks like a literal prostitute, but just continues going along with this.
It's just embarrassing for our daughters to be up there dressed like that. They look like prostitutes.
It's obvious that these young girls are being put into conditions that are not only inappropriate, but also just mentally and physically exhausting.
I dance 7 days a week from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and we don't get home until like 11:45.
This is really not a healthy life for kids this age, especially when you realize a lot of it's done just for the mother's shallow ego. We get more creepy shots of the blonde woman, Christy, encouraging her daughter to dance not so appropriately before we learn this about her.
I didn't cook dinner for my kids. Like, my house is a mess. I have laundry everywhere.
The studio overtakes my life. It's the night before a competition, and Chloe needs sleep. She's been going from 6:30 in the morning until 9:30 at night.
Christy, go home, clean up the house, do the dishes, and for once, I'm not being sexist. Who dedicates this much of their life to their child's vigorous dance routine? Do your kids even want to be here? Seriously, maybe if you got your priorities straight, you wouldn't be crying. A lot of the ways these young girls are treated is just really bad.
What do you want to do?
I have to get ready for the morning tomorrow,
And you have a ton of homework.
and I'm homework, and I have to go to bed early.
Staying up late, missing school, overwhelmed with work, and it's all filmed for this bright, cute little show.
When I make decisions for my children, I really just try to do it based on what I think is best for my kids.
Oh, that makes sense. That's probably why you're allowing your 9-year-old daughter to run around looking like Kesha, and letting her dance to that music also.
I feel like I just need a break sometimes, and she's pushing me to an upper level that I didn't know I should be at yet.
Finally, the day has come for the big dance competition in Pennsylvania. The girls are loaded onto a bus where they ride for 5 hours while the moms do their makeup. Some of the girls do solo dances. Not all of them are too bad, but most of them still are. Look, if we have an issue with Desmond is Amazing, we should absolutely take an issue with this. Not only is this an explicit adult environment, not only are these little girls being sexualized to the max, it's emotionally and physically degrading for these children.
Girls, you're wearing two-piece costumes. Either sit down and do 100 sit-ups or paint the abs on. One or the other.
Yes, because this is healthy coaching for young girls. Girls are already at a much higher risk of developing an eating disorder and facing self-consciousness about their bodies. But hey, nothing helps you develop anorexia like your Dunkin' Donuts looking coach telling you to paint on some abs at age 7.
I don't want to be the one making them feel bad. I want them, to go out and be confident, but I'm just wondering what mixed messages we're sending to a bunch of little girls.
Sorry, lady, but you aren't that concerned because you're allowing this to happen and you're refusing to speak out about the blatant sexualization of your child in fear of making them feel bad. They even admit that grown men were checking out their daughters and still refused to step in and do anything besides just whine about it.
Then you stand there as an adult and you watch every man in the lobby go like rubberneck to those girls walking by.
Yeah, because winning this competition is really that important to these people. You're all shit parents. Finally, the girls dressed in literal lingerie step out on stage and dance for a bunch of strangers while really sexual music plays. The girls are seen doing several different kinds of sexual dance moves. It's absolutely appalling. Like, how is this even legal? This goes on for several minutes. For several minutes, these little girls being sexually exploited are broadcasted on national television. Of course, they lost the competition because ew, but Abby Lee was angry because she thought it was hot.
I thought they looked fabulous. I thought it was a hot number. I thought it was exciting.
Finally, the moms decide to confront Abby about putting their daughters in these super inappropriate outfits after the competition is over and after they lost the competition. Interesting. This show is absolutely grotesque, and I've only reviewed one episode. There are countless other episodes just like this, if not worse. In fact, one of the episodes has been permanently pulled from the air and from streaming, which features the young girl simulating a nude dance. What the fuck kind of creep thought this show was a good idea? According to Fox News, Tuesday night's episode titled Topless Showgirls featured girls as young as 8 performing a sexually charged, provocative showgirl-like routine in a local dance competition. This article goes into a little more detail, but I really would prefer to just leave it at that for the sake of this YouTube video. It's so inappropriate and just uncomfortable. Experts also weighed in on this episode, calling it a playground for pedophiles. And believe me, if this one specific episode encourages pedophiles, I have no doubt that the rest of them do as well. As a treatment professional of sex offenders, I can tell you that adults who are attracted to minors definitely seek out shows just like this to whet their appetites, Los Angeles-based psychologist told Fox 411. Human behavior expert and PhD Patrick Wanis said, "This condones, encourages, and motivates adults to imagine little girls dancing naked for their pleasure. Of course, it will arouse pedophiles." After Lifetime boasted about the episode's viewership, they eventually pulled the episode, refusing to air it or allow it to be streamed ever again. Absolutely repulsive garbage. And the fact that this show, which is blatantly pedophilic, a show which clearly sexualizes young girls, has been able to go on for this long, for seasons on top of seasons, is an absolute travesty. Now, this show started up a long time ago, and a lot of the information I showed you is actually from years ago. So you may be wondering, why am I deciding to bring this to light now? Well, it's because Dance Moms is coming back, this time in Australia. According to an article only last month in the Daily Mail, Dance Moms is getting an Australian spin-off. Good eye, mate. This is fucking awful. As if the American show wasn't bad enough, we're now getting another Dance Moms series in Australia. Shows like this are honestly disgusting, and watching children being sexualized, moms forcing their daughters into these extreme conditions, and a dance coach verbally abusing these students should not be what anyone finds entertaining. I am against any and all forms of sexualization of children, whether it's a child drag queen or a bunch of little girls doing a dance competition. It's disgusting and repulsive. I think one thing is for certain, and that is Dance Moms needs to be canceled. Thank you everyone for watching. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to check out hunteravalon.net. I just dropped a really cool new website. I have a blog where I post very regularly, and I have a newsletter you can sign up for. So if you like my content, consider checking out hunteravalon.net and help support the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon. Peace.